Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how I train my team on how to use Claude Code. I took this decision a while ago where I said, you know what, I don't want to have a big team. I'm not interested in constantly having to hire more people in order to make more money. I'm much more interested in having a small group of people where I get to grow with them and teach them everything that I'm learning on my day-to-day basis, specifically with Claude Code. I'm subscribed to the idea that we now live in time where we can really grow a big business without having to have a lot of people. So in this video, you're going to see an hour training that I do with my team. I do this actually twice a week on specifically how to use skills and slash commands. So for this video, you're getting an exclusive access to see what it's like to work at my agency, because now there's a mandatory 2 meetings per week. Each meeting runs for about an hour, sometimes more, where we're essentially sharing what we're learning about Claude Code and we're applying it specifically in our niche, which is go-to-market. Let's get started. Did you guys watch the video I sent in the Slack channel?
Yep.
All of you? Okay. So first question is, have any of you been, do any of you know what slash commands are in Claude Code? No?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah. When you press slash, like there's a couple of built-in commands that come. I guess those are the ones that you're talking about. Yeah.
Josh and Imran, are you guys aware of that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now, follow-up question is, are you using it in your day-to-day like workflows?
No, I
No?
don't think it would.
No.
All good. So this is kind of the purpose of this video, is to kind of go over the video I sent and then show you how you can build it and use it. So let me go ahead and share my screen. So you'll find a common theme is no matter how hard I try, I always find my way back into skills. Yeah. So everything is a skill file. It's just what I discovered is it's how you use the skill files. Some ways are more efficient than others. Number one, I think we can all agree that when we use Claude Code in the terminal, it's much faster than using it in the desktop app. The desktop app, once you hit a specific token spendage, I noticed it actually lags quite a lot, which is really frustrating. But the other thing that I mentioned in the video, and I'll go over it in this call, is a big advantage of using in the terminal is the fact that you can start from ground zero, and then you can optimize context windows by only using the output of one skill into the other. If this was confusing, I understand, but it will make sense in a second. The second thing to know is that how to create a skill file. So the skill file lives in your .claude folder, okay? Let me just go ahead and fetch it real quick. Where are they? Suddenly Xavier. Skills, okay? So if you didn't know, if a folder is saved, like if the name is .something, then it's hidden. Do you guys have that turned off where you can see your hidden files? Yes or no?
Yeah. I'll just turn it on.
I can't see you, so I have to come back on screen to see it. What you guys need to speak. Do you have your files hidden or no?
I actually don't know where.
I just turned it on.
Yeah.
What about you,
So
Josh?
I can see the hidden files.
I have no idea. I'll go see.
Okay, so that'd be the first step to do. I asked Claude to show me all the files. So now by default, I can see all of them. The reason is because the skill files are going to live in your .claude folder. Okay, that's number one. Now, how do we create the skill file? And again, why is it so valuable to do it in using the terminal and locally on your computer? So again, as a refresher, or maybe I'll actually quiz you guys right now. Can someone maybe raise their hands and tell me, how would you go about explaining what a skill file is in one sentence? Because it's a sign that you understand what it is if you can explain it simply, right? So how would you explain what a skill file is? Whoever wants to speak, raise your hand. Okay, Swagatam, go.
Yeah, it's a set of instructions to do the same kind of tasks again and again. So the AI has more context, the same context every time.
Beautiful. That's actually like I couldn't have said it any better. So, and in a way to figure out if I should create a skill file or not is you just need to look at your day-to-day and say, like, what am I finding myself repeating over and over again, right? And let me optimize for that. Okay. So let's see if I can actually maybe even stop sharing my screen, because I think you guys learn better and faster if you do it yourselves. Amran, can you turn on your camera? Amran, I know I told you like you want to put on makeup, but like I didn't actually think you're gonna do it. God damn. Okay. Who wants to volunteer? Like, I want one of you to share something that you do on a daily basis. And oh, there he is. There he is. Hey, Oleg.
Hey, Oleg, where are
You're
you?
so close to the camera. I did not expect that. You're like literally like this. You look like you look like you're gonna ask me if I
On
have any
mute.
games on my phone. You know, you're on mute right now. We can't hear you. We cannot hear you. Okay, like when you figure it out, you figure it out. But for now, Swagatam, Josh, Amran, one of you who wants to volunteer and share something that you do on a day-to-day basis that you think can be SOP'd, so we can do it right now together. It could be literally anything. It doesn't have to be client fulfillment. It could be like social media related. It could be like honestly even personal, like something in your personal life, because Claude has access to, let's say, your text messages, or it can have access to that. So, okay, who wants to volunteer? And then we can try to do it with you right now on the spot. You, Josh, because you're not even looking into the camera. Josh, go off mute. Go off mute.
Because I'm thinking.
Okay, so one thing, Josh, that you and I do quite a lot is we send proposals. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do it like this. Because right now our process of sending proposals, it could be better. Okay, and every time you basically have to do the same thing. So share your screen, and we're going to create this skill file together so everyone can kind of get an idea of how to use it and how to do it from ground zero. Okay, so the first step is we're going to open up the terminal. Yeah, Claude. And then Josh can close the Google thing. Yeah, thank you. Okay, continue. Now, first thing, as a reminder, develop this muscle to always click on Shift-Tab to put it in plan mode. So let's put it in plan mode. One more time, Josh. There we go. Okay. Okay. So now I want you to tell it. Good. So I want you to tell it. Help me create a skill file to send proposals to potential clients. My goal is to make the proposals that we send out feel very customized and personalized. Typically, the way we do it is we have context from call transcripts, email threads, and my own input. One thing that I would like to also add is a step where you use the potential client's domain to do a deep search to add any potential gaps that we didn't uncover in the resources we will share with you. And then click send. The reason I wanted to add that last line is because I want to build in the skill file, or rather to give access to the skill file to Serper, and actually I would just Serper and crawl for AI, so it comes up with a research report. Okay, just click allow. And for the sake of this tutorial, what we will do, actually let me think. We can make this a skill file where it just spins up a document, but we can actually make it spin up a PDF based on our runaway branding. Josh, do you have our branding folder or no? I didn't share that with you? Okay. I think I was trying to do that. I actually feel embarrassed. I don't know how to do this because I think I need to, what you want to call it? I need to zip the file first, right? So eventually what we're going to do, by the way, this is a really important thing to get your head around this, is we want to save the skill file in your .claude file, because then you will be able to call it like / the skill file, regardless of where you're working. So you can create skill files in a specific project. So if I have a folder called client fulfillment and in it there's a skill file, I will only be able to use that skill file if I'm in that folder. Whereas I find it to be honest, like almost useless to do it like this, especially for our use case. Like, we might as well create these skill files where you can use it on a user level. Okay. So okay, let's see what format should the final proposal be delivered in. By the way, just a reminder, when you see Claude ask you these kind of questions, that's because you have it in plan mode, which is super helpful to make sure that whatever you want is hyper personalized. Let's do for now, Josh, just put structured sections. Service type. So go on number 5 and then type. You obviously know what we do, so just type it while I send you guys the zip file for our branding. There we go.
How do you make the .cloud files?
The .cloud already exists.
Yeah.
That's you don't see it because it's hidden. That's why if you can maybe while we do this, prompt Claude to show you the file, you'll see it's there. Okay.
Is it where Claude is installed, Xavier?
It's in. So when you install Claude, it should have prompted you to tell you like this. Claude will be saved in, let's say, users / Xavier Caffrey for use probably Swagitan, Hamadan. Exactly. Okay. Go ahead, Josh. Let's get this going. And then, guys, I sent you our branding folder. It includes our font, our colors, also like a prompt that talks about like a specific style. So if you ever want to create something for the company, or let's say you want to create an image on LinkedIn, definitely use that folder so we can have a consistent branding flow. Okay. Yeah. The other tip I would like to share with you guys. So okay. So let's see here. Sorry, let's read what it's saying. So that's another thing, by the way. When I realize it's very easy to just click auto accept all the time, but right now this is the part where you're supposed to spend time reading it. So Josh, do you already have do you have X? And X actually is probably even better to use than Serper. So you already have X set up. That's awesome. Gap analysis, good. Proposal generation. Executive summary, understanding of your needs, proposed solution, scope of work, timeline, investment, why us, about us, next steps. Okay. And again, obviously, like you guys know, we can edit this whenever we want. Research tools used. Okay, so let's go ahead and create the skill file. Yeah. Just click enter. And then Josh, while it's doing this, if you want to go download the folder, just so we can multitask of our branding, that would be great. Yes, sir. Okay. And then go back to the terminal now. Now, can you go to the Finder again, Josh? Go to Finder. And then where did you save Claude Code? It should be in Joshua, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
You can just spin up a new terminal and ask it to open it up for you. Go back to the terminal. Command N. Command N, Claude. Yeah. And then just ask it, where can I find the .claude folder? And then go back. You can, by the way, use your keyboard, Command 1, 2, and then it goes through the tabs if it's a bit faster for you. Yeah, create the skill file. Create it. Hold on, the Claude is typically located. That would be users. Just tell it, can you open it for me? Because it should be there. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Can you open it up? And if I were you, I would actually see if you can. Like, can you make it bigger for a second? Yeah, like just expand it. Yeah. Can you see if you can click and drag .claude to where it says favorites? So the folder can. Yeah. Just anywhere. Just drop it. Beautiful. Okay, so now you can just click it there super fast. Okay, so we're in .claude. Okay, so you see where it says skills, the folder at the bottom? Okay, beautiful. So client proposal, yeah, okay, so go back into your chat. I want to confirm something in the terminal. go back to the first tab, please. And then just ask it, will I be able to use a / command to call the client proposal skill? Guys, can you please confirm, like, so far, does this make sense? Is it overwhelming? Like, do you understand what we were doing so far? Amran, Swagatam, Oleg?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So see, it says you can use client proposal to invoke the skill. So now, command N, please. Oleg, it's very loud. Can you type it? I'm really sorry, Oleg. It's like I can hear so much background noise. So Claude, Josh? No, not / Claude, just Claude. Remember, because we're opening up the Claude exactly. And now / client, right? Client proposal. There we go. Yeah. So yeah, fair enough, Oleg. We're gonna try it out right now. So see, by the way, because we told it this is what we want, it's very structured. So do you, Josh, do you want to try to actually create one from a real use case that we have?
Yeah, so we could actually just have it go and fetch from Notion, right? Like,
No, not from the. We'll have to connect the MCP to Notion. Yeah, so we haven't done that. Which
I think I do though. Like, I mean, I don't think you need a. Like, I go into Claude and I say like, hey, go and fetch X, Y, and Z, and it can go and do it.
in the terminal.
I don't believe in the terminal. I think just in
Exactly.
regular Claude.
Okay, so that right there, we need to have a clear distinction between the two. The desktop app and Claude on your computer are not the same thing.
Okay.
Right? So like, because then how do I say this? If I install an MCP server in the desktop app, it doesn't mean that your Claude Code has access to it. Does that make sense? Like they're two different separate things. So for now, just go with the flow just to see what the output is, please. So say paste content. What is the prospect's company? Yeah. Submit answers. Can you guys hear me? Okay. By the way, using Notion AI is actually a lot faster than using Claude. I'll be honest. Just a tip.
I was gonna do Podkey. Let's just do this.
So Oleg, I'm reading your comment. Working in Claude Code doesn't mean that you can't or shouldn't use skills. If anything, that's kind of like the entire point of it. Like right now, Claude is taking over the world because of the ability to use skill files. So definitely, I think what I'm gonna ask of you guys to do, like let's say, I'll give you until tomorrow, is I really want you to think and analyze what kind of tasks am I doing almost every day or every other day that I think can be SOP'd, right? Because as Josh is doing this, so we can see the output, the way right now we're trying to automate client fulfillment is by doing that. To be honest, it's just a skill file, like lead listing, SOP'd or automated. What do you mean exactly? So making Claude, yeah, I mean, Oleg, it's kind of like both, is it not? Because you usually give an SOP to a human to do it. So you're automating your task by giving it to a human. This, you're giving an SOP to an AI to automate it. Or delegate, if you want to use that. Like, I feel like a human you delegate the work to, an AI you automate the work to, but both accomplish the same thing, you know? So AI SOP, exactly. Okay, can you go up, Josh? I want to just confirm that it used Exa. It did. Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah. Okay, great. And go down, and now it's creating the full proposal. Okay, great. Okay. So as we're going through this, like you guys, I would hope enough time has gone by to make you think of how you could potentially create a bunch of skills for your work. So I'll ask you again, Swagatam and Amran and Oleg, is there something that you're doing that you think can be SOP'd by using skill files?
I mean, I've already like used skill files for copywriting. That's one. What do you mean how? So I do it in like Claude, not Claude Code.
Okay. Wait, hold that thought. Josh, can you open up that file? Sure, yeah. So I see, by the way, it created a folder in the skills folder, so we can change that because you probably want it to be separate. Okay. So now, so look, it created this. So let me show you. So, sorry, I'm not. You guys should probably be used by this of how I work. I will not forget what you said. We'll get back to it. But now you see, we needed to have a full-on conversation to create this. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to assume this is really good quality. Okay. But let's say I want, I want to give a premium experience to our potential clients. I want to turn this into something visual. But if I stay in the chat, okay, it's going to burn up more tokens. But now, Josh, can you click on Finder, on your Finder? So for now, I saved it in here. So you see, click on Proposals. Okay, so now we have this .md file. Josh, did you download the, can you unzip the one-way branding? You know, it should be in your downloads. Okay,
So
unzip it. Yeah, double click on it. Just double click on it. Boom, okay. And now, just to make your work a bit more organized, can you create a new folder in your, anywhere, honestly. Go to Josh if you want. Go to Joshua. Create a new folder and call it Claude Code. The Claude, I call it what I call it CC projects. So in here, all the work that you do from Claude Code should live here. Okay. Now click and drag it to your favorites, so you can always access it. Beautiful. And now I want you, for now, go to .claude. Go to no, stop. Go to skills. Skills. It's right at the bottom. You see it? Go to client proposal, and then proposals. Okay. Oh, actually, sorry. Go back. Sorry about that. Click and drag proposals and put it into Claude Code on the folder. Exactly. And now let's go back to the terminal. Spin up a new terminal, please. So Command N. Claude. Go back to your Finder. I want to also show you like a small tip. And then let's click on. So you see, just click once on proposals, once, and then click on copy. Like Command C. Okay, and go. So this now selects the path, right? So now here's what I want you to say. Say, no, delete all this, please, because we'll paste it after. Because I want to edit the skill file to say like, hey, so type what I'm saying right now. Can we edit the proposal skill file so that whenever it creates a new proposal, it saves it in paste? Does that make sense so far, everyone? Are you following?
So when it creates a new skill file, it pastes?
No. We're not creating a new skill file. Right now, we want to edit the skill file to say when it creates a new proposal, we want it to save it in the proposal folder. This way, you're more organized. In your proposal file, it creates it in and then paste because it's the path. Good. And then now what's going to do is going to try to locate the skill file. And then it's going to say, yeah, makes sense. And then it's going to edit it for you. Okay. So one thing that you'll notice, and I saw Oleg your message in the team channel, and I'll be honest, I don't have an answer to this, but to maximize your usage of like this tech, I feel like you have to go against the grain of like, you need to be able to do like 4 things at once. I found an incredible article written by the co-founder of Anthropic. I can send it to you guys, but it's a long read. And even the co-founder is fascinating. A guy who's like very big on deep focus work and so on. He's like, I can't leave my home without making sure I have 5 things operating at the same time. Otherwise, I feel like I'm wasting like my life, Okay, so updated the skill file. So awesome. Close this tab just so it doesn't get like too convoluted. Yeah, just close it, terminate. So now what I want you to do is I want you to create let me think about this. Yeah, I want you to create another skill file. Okay, so now we're going to create a skill file to generate a visual proposal based on the branding style that we have. And now I'm going to put you on the spot. I'm going to see if you can do it by yourself. And if you want to use Whisper Flow so we can hear you do this live, that would be great. I'm gonna call you out if you do something like really wrong, so like you do it right. But Josh, I'm putting you on the spot. Go ahead. Try to create a skill file to generate a PDF proposal based on our branding. Go.
So can I not just ask Claude Code to do it? Is what I'm
Yeah, but-
saying.
Of course, but again, I don't. The entire purpose of this, Josh, Amran, Swagtam, Oleg, is to make you even more efficient. So right now, just stop for a second, Josh. If we weren't doing this, you would have to prompt it every time. What I'm trying to give you is the ability to say / proposal and then do this, right? So let's build it once so we don't have to do it again. Because again, the entire point of an SOP is that, oh, this is the same thing I'm doing over and over again. I don't want to have to re-explain myself all the time. Are you catching my drift? Like, does that make sense?
Yeah. So what's
Okay.
the end goal here? To make a PDF proposal with our brand colors?
Exactly. But already I saw you were typing. You've already made a mistake. Can someone call out what the mistake is? Josh, you can also call it out if you connect the dots. No. Come on. I said you need to develop a muscle. Remember I said that? To do what?
Plan mode.
Exactly. So go ahead, put it in plan mode. The founder of Claude Code even says this. Like, he never starts doing anything without plan mode as the baseline. So go ahead, Josh. If you want to use Whisperflow to make this flow a bit faster, that'd be great. Josh, you want to use Whisperflow?
Okay.
Yeah.
So when we create a proposal with my proposal skill generator, I want to create a new skill that creates it in a PDF with our brand colors with this PDF.
Okay, we're gonna have to redo that. That didn't make a lot of sense, brother. What do you mean with this PDF colors? You have the folder, so you can just say without
Yeah, I was going to
branding.
call it.
Yeah, exactly. So go ahead, just paste the file path. Okay, while you do this, just to answer Swagtime's question. So the reason why you use plan mode is because plan mode is not about spending less. If anything, you spend more, because it treats your prompt as a conversation opposing to a task. It's going to confirm with you, like, what do you see when at some point we used plan mode and there were like 3 questions Josh had to answer. That's because it's in plan mode. You can kind of also make it ask you questions if in the prompt you tell it to do so, but it's much more efficient and faster. Just put it in plan mode and it will always ask you questions. It should be in your downloads. It's in your downloads, Josh. Go back. Go to downloads. Right there. One-way brand copy. You can delete the zip file. Yeah. You don't need it. And then, yeah, you have everything there. So let's just read this together. Okay, sure. With our brand color. Okay. You had this in plan mode, right, Josh? Awesome. So a lot of what we're doing, guys, is like kind of like the back end. Like, we can, after we do this and it works fine, we can then just create a UI to make Josh's user experience even smoother. Like, what we're doing right now is ugly, as in like your average person cannot wrap his head around this. We can, thankfully. But down the line, after we've perfected, okay, this is actually what we need. We don't need to change the skill files anymore. Then we take the skill files, slap a UI on it, and call it a day. That's the end, okay? So let's see here. It's saying it's reading files, asset folders, okay. Just, you can put 2 so you don't have to keep saying yes. Okay, while this happens, Josh, please keep, I feel like at this point it's pretty simple. Let me address Oleg's and Amran's comment. comments. Oleg, I think you were mentioning you'd want to use skill files for LinkedIn. I'm sorry, can you refresh my memory? What did you say you would use it for? Copywriting?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so I'll start with Amran and I'll go with Oleg. So for example, Amran, let's say we want to create skill files for copywriting. If I were you, and in a way, it's actually what I'm building with the contractor, but you want to, again, use the skill files to their best ability. And I feel like skill files are used the best when you divide and conquer. So you have to think of copywriting, okay, what goes into copywriting? It goes doing research about the ICP. So I have a skill file just for research, which then spins up a very comprehensive research PDF, let's call it, whatever, a research report, sorry, right? That doesn't have any fluff. That's what you need, right? It doesn't have a bunch of call transcripts, it's just that. And you have that saved as a .md file on your computer. Then you // another skill. Let's say this one, let's call it copywriting V1, right? I think Oleg, you mentioned you found a bit of a trick where, what were you telling Claude to keep going in circles? Can you please remind me? I don't want to put words in your mouth. What was the trick that you found that you mentioned in our Slack channel about copywriting? And to you, so we can hear you. To be honest, I don't remember. Well, like you sent it yesterday. Let me fetch it for you. Hold on. So I used Claude to write a custom copy for a specific campaign, and I made it pretend it's 3 different experts and have a conversation between them, including me in the conversation. So that could be a skill file, right? So then you can prompt another skill file like, hey, I have this research documentation from it. Pretend to have 3 conversations with me so we can come up with copy, right? And now when you have the copy done, maybe you have another skill file that says / bison campaign. Okay, and when it does that, it knows to pull that copy and then paste it for you in the campaign. And now you did what would have probably taken you an hour, and you probably do it in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
The only thing is, okay, let's say I create these skill files with Claude Code.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to use Claude Code to, prompt it.
I don't understand the question. Sorry again.
Why can I not just use Claude to do it after I've done, I've created the skill file? Let's say the research and then the copywriting. Okay,
hold on, to make sure I'm understanding you correctly. Are you asking why would I use Claude Code when I already have the skills in Claude, the desktop app? Is that correct?
Yes, exactly. So let's say I've created both of the skills files, the research and the copywriting.
Mm-hmm.
There's no point in using Claude Code after that.
There is, and that means you guys still don't understand the value of it. But I'm gonna challenge you on it, because I mentioned it more than once on this call. What's the advantage of using Claude Code that makes your workflow way smoother than using it in the desktop app? Because there's a very stark difference. What is it?
Because it has context from if you use / commands.
No. Anyone else can answer that question?
There's no limit, like in the Claude desktop app. After a certain point, there's a limit, and also it becomes laggy.
Okay, that's a lot. Yeah, that is closer to the answer. So I'll say this one more time, and I'm gonna pause to make sure we're all on the same page. When you use the desktop app, right? You call a skill. You're like, hey, I want to create whatever now. Okay. Then you stay in that chat, in that context window. And especially in your use case, you're going to burn that up very fast. What I'm suggesting, what I think is way better, not even think, objectively, it is way better, is when you use Claude Code, if you divide and conquer your parent task, where you say, skill 1, I'm going to give you a lot of noise, transcript, email threads, I'm going to talk, whisper flow, from it, create a report. Okay? Again, I'm using your example right now. Now, when you use another skill file, which is so easy to do here, like use command N /, that skill can be trained to say, hey, go in that folder, fetch me this report, and then create the other thing using a new context window. You can't do that in the desktop app. Or you can manually do it where it spits out something. You have to copy, paste, go. Whereas in this, I'm telling you, I realize it's a small difference, but the impact is big, mainly because of the context window. Because it saves a new .md file for you where you're only using that. You're not using your entire chat history. Does that make sense?
And you also can't switch between windows, like in the Claude desktop app, which you can do in the Claude Code.
let's see. Josh, Josh is okay. He's still cooking. Hamdan, do you understand? Like, I can keep on clarifying if it's not making sense. Tell me.
No, I do understand.
Let's just see quickly what Oleg said. A skill file to tell Claude which skill files to use in a sequence of complex tasks. Research, generating multiple angles, defining copy variables, copywriting, input, ICP form, get full strategy ready. Essentially, yes. Yeah. But again, I think the big mistake we've made before is in one shot, we tried to do everything, where again, and I'm going to keep saying this so I sound like a broken radio, it's all about context window and optimizing for token spendage. Token spendage, not necessarily from a cost perspective, but more so from a memory perspective. Like when you need to generate a research report, you do it in one shot. But when you need to write the copy, you no longer need the entire call transcript, the entire back and forth you were having. Even you have to understand, when you use a skill file, it's reading the skill. That spends tokens. The skill needed to create a research report is not the same skill that's needed to write the copy. So why am I wasting brain power on this? Like, does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not, look, try it. Okay, this is the entire purpose of what we're doing for the last 2 weeks. Try doing it like this. Rewatch this Loom, this call, and create your own skill files, and let us know if it's smoother and you find better output. Syntax spell checking can be made into two. Bro, Swagger Time. See, I love Swagger Time, bro. It's not just because you have the coolest name in the world, but like sometimes you just say things that I wasn't even thinking about. Exactly. You can have a skill file called Spintax, and it is only for Spintax. That's it. And then it keeps referring back to the same document, whether it's the research document or the copywriting document, as its baseline. So you're optimizing for memory and tokens and context window. Okay, so great. Josh, are you alive? What's going on?
It's still cooking. It's still going.
Now let me install the npm dependency. Oh yeah, because it needs to create the PDF. Okay. Now Oleg. Wait, actually, let's wrap up. Hamdan first. Hamdan, keep pushing back. What else? Or are we on the same page?
Listen, I'll try it, and then I'll let you know. Because from my understanding, let's say you want to create this for the client, and then you keep creating files after files after files. Even the copywriting becomes into a file, correct?
Of course.
Yeah, the output of the copywriting comes into a file. So
yes, yeah.
Okay, I'll see. I'll try it, and then I'll see how complicated that is.
Wait, but you were going somewhere with this, like, and what?
It's just that they're all in files, and what I would like to do is not basically like go into a file and then read through that copy. Does that make sense? Because
no. Where would you like to read it then?
Literally push it into Notion straight away.
What's stopping you from doing that? Like that's the final step. You can, by the way, again, what you're saying is a skill file. In the skill, you can literally have you can say access MCP to Notion, right? You have access to this, and then you can say once and never have to say it again. When I finish the copy and I approve, push it to Notion.
Okay.
What's stopping you from doing that? Tell
me. Nothing. I think I'm just used to using Claude for that.
Exactly. Well, this is Claude. But better. Yeah. This is Claude, but better. You know, you can, again, everything. This is, I think, what's going to be the biggest unlock for our team is all the things that you keep doing with your fingers because you're used to doing it like this. You have to ask yourself, can I just / command this so I don't have to do it again? Why am I doing it with my fingers? / command this shit. Just add a one-liner, push it there, now done.
One more thing, when doing, like, let's say I'm doing the research skill file, I would have to, not the skill file, like when it does the research, when using, let's say I created that skill file for the research, I'm using that. I need to connect it to Serper, correct? To get.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Again, you have as you create the skill file. The whole idea of creating a skill file is to do it once, and then you only touch it again if you want to edit. Like you realize, oh, there's a weakness in my workflow.
Yeah.
Okay. So Josh, it looks like it created the first draft. Obviously, we can edit this. Again, this is the tutorial for the sake of a tutorial. but now it spun up a PDF, and now you saved it as a skill. Is that correct, Josh? Can you please go in your Finder, just to see Finder, and then go to click on Claude Code. I would change this to Claude Code projects, by the way, but okay, see, boom. So now we have the PDF here, and we have the proposal.md file. It's saved here. And in the future, so now, if Josh has to do this again, he has to only type 2 slash commands. Proposal, generator, and then the other, I don't know what you called it, PDF proposal or something like that. That's the idea. It's like now Josh can be so much more efficient. Now, Josh, what I would recommend if you want to, and we can work on this if you want solo, like I don't think this is too relevant for the team, is we can actually try to implement Nano Banana or even Mid-Journey to create images in the proposal if you wanted. This is like kind of like the attention to detail that I don't think is going to move the needle that much, but if you want to have fun and build something like that, we definitely can. The other thing that we can do is instead of making a PDF, is we can even make Google Slides. This way, we can attach the Google Slide link to send.co so we can track if people are seeing it. But again, this is what makes this so exciting. Is like you can decide whatever you want to do and turn it into a skill file, because Claude has the option to connect with the entire Google suite, and we can alter the skill file to say, hey, I don't want a PDF, I actually want Google Slides. How can I connect my Claude Code instance to my G Suite so we can do that, and it will spin it up for you. Sounds good? Okay. You can stop sharing your screen for now, Josh. Oleg, I think you were asking about how to use it for LinkedIn. Is that correct? Yes. No, it was a suggestion. Okay. Claude, I'm calling everyone Claude now. Oleg, did you by any chance watch the Loom video that I sent yesterday? Use your head. You don't have to type. You can either do this or yes. No, okay, it's fine. So I'll do a very quick walkthrough of how I'm using slash commands to make my work more efficient. I'll see if I can explain it while also creating, hold on, which personal stories do you want to move into? Yeah, let's do this. And then actually this, and then this. Submit. Okay, let it cook. So here's what my flow looks like. I will type Claude, okay? And then, so let's say I imagine, one thing you guys know I'm trying to focus on is YouTube. So I'll do / YouTube research, okay? And that's gonna call my YouTube essay research skill. In addition, I actually didn't mention this, and I definitely recommend all you guys do this. You'll notice in my, let me go, let's go, I think it's, should be here. Yeah, so in my .claude file, you'll notice I have something called profile.md. So I just told Claude, like, hey, and this just logically made sense to me. I'm like, you're supposed to be my super assistant, but you don't know anything about me. I have to constantly remind you who I am. Why? That's so frustrating. So I have it baked into all of my skills that it has to read my profile. My profile contains things about me that are personal and things about me related to the business. So this way, you'll see a lot of times when I use my skill files, it's constantly asking me if I want to relate it to my personal stories, which content is usually better when it's like that. So here's asking me, what topic would you like me to research for a YouTube essay? Okay, so let's see, what topic do you guys think we should talk about? Does someone want to make a suggestion, or do you guys want me to keep spinning? If you guys want to see this live. Okay, I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna say I want to, let's say actually I want to talk about Exa. So Exa.ai, right? I want you to research Exa.ai. I think it would be really cool to make a video talking about the history of the company, their valuation, and also give a tutorial on how to use it. I'm gonna get to a point. Actually, I think it's already at that point. What I find really cool with the research, which I'm on, this is very relevant to you and Swagatam, is based on what I say, which is one line. Look, it uses different search prompts for SERPer. So here it's searching XAI company history funding, XAI funding valuation, XF9 AI search startup, and it keeps going, keeps going. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. You asked about if I have to like re-enter the MCP server. The answer is obviously not. You create the MCP server and you save it locally on your computer, because you've done this Swagatom, right? So when you save it,
Yeah.
then in the skill file, you just say, hey, I want you to use this tool when I ask you to do research. So then you don't have to constantly bring that up every time. It can do it for you. Okay.
Okay. Got it.
See. Okay. So as it's doing this, let me give you a visual of how I leverage this workflow. So let's go CC projects. I don't need this zip file anymore. So the way the skill file I have it set up is there's a folder called YouTube. To me, this is the start of everything. Okay. And then when I create a research report in the skill file, it knows that it needs, I think it's doing it right now. Let's see. Yeah, it's doing it. See, it needs to create a folder where it's like it summarizes the thing that we're trying to do. So now all my future skill files that I'm going to show you when I call them, they're going to save in here. Okay, so you'll see I have like, it always generates like 3 things. And by the way, I'm stacking up more on it. So it generates, or let me use this one. Yeah, it generates a script. It generates the research report. It generates a blog article, or sorry, 3 LinkedIn posts, and an SEO optimized for keywords based on our business. Because if you remember again, we have the profile.md that knows what I do for a living. And then also it has the skill file that knows, hey, like this is the purpose of using this. Am I making sense so far? Everyone say yes, say no, say something.
Yep.
Yes, okay. So as it's, let's wait a bit. It should take like, I think in total, this will take us like maybe like 15 minutes. I'm not gonna make you sit, I'm not gonna make you sit through the entire thing because I already recorded in the Loom, but I just wanna show, I want all like to see this live. And I mean, even I know at Swagatom, you've mentioned you have a lot of interest in like spinning up LinkedIn posts and stuff like that. I think you guys will all benefit from this. So let's see, tac. Okay, boom, it did it. So now we have the research report. Okay, so now this, okay, this is what I care about to show to my future skill files. I don't care about showing it all the tokens that this agent or skill file had to spend. Okay, so now that I'm done with this, I don't need this chat anymore. Okay, I'm just gonna open up a new Claude instance. And the next step for me, I have the research report. I'm going to create a script. So I'm going to type YouTube script. So again, it's reading my profile. The profile, it has to read every time. Okay. And now it goes into my YouTube projects folder. And now it's asking me which one do I want to create a script for. I'm going to say, do it for Exa, please. Okay. And then again, it's asking me, do I want to relate this anything to my personal experience, whatever. No. I'm just going to, for the sake of this, I'm just going to say, no, just proceed. And then, by the way, look how cool this is, guys. It's asking me small team, big results. The 7 people became a $700 million company, and which resonates. If you guys obviously know that I really don't want to hire more people. I want to turn all of you guys into like 10 times the output that you can produce. So it understands that it's like, oh, hey, do you want to mention that in the script? But again, for now, I just want to say like no, just to keep cooking. While it does this, I'm just going to come back on screen again and see if any of you have any questions. Is this sparking anything, giving you ideas, or do you have any questions? Let's see. I think you should be able to make it erase token memory once one task is done and use only the output of the last and not the input, so you don't have to prompt it once again with the output. I'm not sure I understand that. What do you mean? Try to go off mute. Let's see if it's really loud for you.
There is a truck.
It's okay. Just try.
Yeah. So what you're explaining is it basically jamming its memory with unnecessary tokens from the previous task that you don't need in your new task. So you're generating this research, then you're taking this research file and prompting it again to use only this research file.
Exactly.
But suggestion is that you could build a sequence where it generates research, then forgets everything, decides the output of this research
How?
and uses it its next
How?
task. That I don't know.
Oh, brother. But that's why we're doing it like this. Oh my God, Oleg, you're.
But there could be a way.
Okay, if there's a way, please find it, because that would make life really easy. Okay, let's go back here. So it created the script. Okay, so now look, we have the script. Okay, now because obviously I built this, I know that now I can do two things at once. So I don't need this chat anymore. I can terminate it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to spin up 2 Claude instances. Check this out. And then I'm going to say here, I want to create LinkedIn post, but I'm trying to be discovered on GPT, Gemini, no. So I'm going to say, I want to create a blog post. Why? Because both of these, they both need the context from the script. Okay. Or sorry, one of the sorry about that. The SEO actually needs the context from the research, and then the LinkedIn does it from the script. So here I'm going to say Exa, so number 3, and then upload your profile now. Repurpose. So the other one, your expertise. Hold on, upload your profile. Push plug intake. Which YouTube project should I pull from? Yeah, so I'm going to say pull from the Exa project. Oh shit, it's reading 3 files. I made a mistake here. Read the Exa file. By the way, I canceled that by just clicking on escape, and then it stops. Okay, so it's only reading 1 file. Cool. And then here, it's reading the research. Okay, awesome. Based on the research, I see a few angles. What is Exa? Which angles am I? Okay, so let's say, I'm going to say, what is Exa AI? Go with the first option. Before I write, quick question, script mentions using SF. Do you want me to wait? That would add, yeah, sure. So the blog is going to take a lot longer to produce, okay? But this will be fast. And just so you guys know, it ends up, look at how it creates it. It creates it in a way where it's like friendly to use on the website. So if I click on blog, we'll go, let's say, this one. So in here, it was able to figure out, like, to use the YouTube video as an embed. Look at how it organizes it. It creates. I did not. By the way, this blew my mind. I didn't tell it to create tables. Like, it just understood to make it like as such, to format it like that. So now, from one piece of content, which is which is the research report, I have successfully created a blog that is optimized for SEO based on our needs. I have successfully also created, you'll see, it made 3 LinkedIn posts, which I'm just going to click yes to show you that is going to be saved here. There you go. And all of these, by the way, they have a different angle. Okay. Like this one is contrarian hook. This one is practical personal hook. Okay. And then the first one is story-based hook. So now I have 3 LinkedIn posts already. Again, I have the script for a long-form YouTube video. And then in a second, it's going to spit out the blog article. And then the natural next step that I'm going to work on today is to create a skill file to create a Twitter thread and a Reddit post as well. And all of a sudden, I'm now on all the major platforms in like less than 30 minutes, essentially, for the week, right? So one 30-minute session, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to bang out everything I need in one session. And then just to show you guys, look, it already finished, by the way, the article. So if I go now to my Finder, SEO article is already banged out, is done. Okay. So yeah, we've been on this call for almost an hour. So I want to wrap it up here because I find like after an hour, people usually can't really like gain much more value. But I definitely want every one of you right now to go off mute one by one and tell me what is something you learned and what is something you think you're going to try to do with the / commands moving forwards. Let's go one by one. I'm going to say, Swagatam, you go first. Amidon, Josh, Oleg, if you don't want to talk, you can start typing right now. So by the time we get to you, you answer everything. So Swagatam, go.
Yeah, so I learned, like, with the example that you guys shared of how it can also like generate graphics with our logos. I think if I want to create like carousel posts for LinkedIn, it can also do that. Like, first it can create the infographic for the post, and then it can create, graphic post that earlier Miracle used to do. That is something that I want to try. And yeah, overall, I think the two things that I shared, like syntax and spam checker, I'm gonna work on those, because yeah, it's extremely boring and it takes a lot of time to do the same thing for like 3 campaigns again and again. Like
Yeah.
for now, what I'm doing is I have a gem created. Like this is what Ali showed me. I have gem created in Gemini, and I do it manually. But yeah, I plan on like doing this by Claude Code.
Can you? So okay, let's do this. Your job today in your end of day report is to show us that you successfully migrated from a gem into a skill file. Because again, guys, like what I'm trying to do here is that at some point we can all upload our skill files into a directory in GitHub, and then we can say like, I can say, yo, Swagger Time, I think you could really benefit from this skill file. Download it so you can use it. Or Amran could be like, yo, Xavier, I made a skill file that's better for you to research. Check it out. This is how we can collaborate. Okay, so I can bang that out today and let us know what you do with it in your end of day reports. Amran, go next.
All right.
Yeah, what I learned is that you can basically create a skill file for my case. I'll create a skill file of research for each of the clients. So like, what I'm guessing it look like basically multiple folders of each client. And then anytime we want to write a new copy, it takes from the copywriting skill file and then matches that with the research of that client, and then basically creates a new campaign every time. The only thing I'm wondering is that if the campaign angle is different, let's say we want to create, so you're using the research, okay? You're also using the copywriting skill file. Let's say we want to create a new angle. How would that work, basically? Would I have to prompt it, or would I have to create a skill file for that as well?
That entirely depends on how you decide to engineer this, right? Like, I think just on the spot, okay, I could be wrong, but you can have a skill file called campaign generator, whatever you want to call it, okay? And then whenever you call that campaign generator, you can also, by the way, like, you have to understand, you can modify in the chat, right? Like, you can tell, like, actually, like, let's do this. Like today, I just created a YouTube script. I'm like, hey, don't just create it based on the research. I already wrote half of the script. Take this as well, and it did a great job.
Yeah.
Okay, like it's not stupid. Like you can still modify a little bit, but it's how you engineer it. So try it out and let us know if it caused any headaches. But I highly doubt it. I feel like if you just make the baseline where like you have one skill to identify what's the angle, right, and it creates, this is the campaign strategy. It doesn't need to create the copy, just a strategy. Like psychologically, this is why we want to use this. This is what we want to scrape it on, and then another skill file for copywriting. And then use the tip that Oleg told you is like, don't just generate the copy. Let's have a conversation where you act as 3 different experts or 3 different personalities. One guy, you're an asshole. Another guy, you're a yes man. Whatever. Like, be creative and try things out. And I think you'll learn more by doing that than by like constantly sitting like, I wonder. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's like a 1-hour video game essentially, and then you'll figure it out. Okay, Josh, go next.
Yeah, so I learned to leverage strategy mode more often. I don't think I was doing that. And I think Imran and you touched on this, like why you should be using Claude Code instead of just like on your desktop. So, and that MCPs are not the same, like they don't just transfer over. So I think something I want to do is like actually connect Notion to Claude Code and start transitioning and doing more work on there. So you can get access to all that stuff.
And if I can add a quick note to that, Josh, and maybe like we can go over it on Thursday. The MCP servers is just a JSON file. It's a JSON file. That's it. So you can just have it in your .Claude file. So you can have it on a user level. So wherever you're using Claude Code, you can always say use this MCP server, right? So just collect these MCPs in one JSON file, and then the world is yours essentially. Okay.
I just one more. So let's say I'm creating an MCP. Do I have to move it to Claude file for it to like use it in
Yeah, of
Claude?
course. 100%. Yes. Yeah. Go ahead, Swagatan. And then I want to read what Oleg said. Go ahead.
Yeah, quick question. Like for now, what I'm doing is like all of the work with MCPs that I'm doing, I've created a folder named one away and I've put all of the MCPs there. So do you think it makes sense to like move all of the MCPs from there to like .cloud folder, or it doesn't make a difference?
No, pop quiz. It does make a big difference. Why is that? Yalla.
So it can be used by other skills as well, like on a user level.
Exactly. Because if you have it in one folder, okay, so
Mhm.
let's say you have it in the one-way folder, right? Your
Mhm.
one-way folder exists in your Swagatam user
Yeah.
/ swag. Okay. But now let's say for whatever reason, you're working in another folder called Swagatam. I don't know, right? In Swagatam, when you open the terminal, that's the home directory. And you're like, oh,
Mhm.
hey, add to Notion. It's going to be like, what the fuck do you mean? I don't know what you're saying. Because the context exists here. So that's why, like, I asked Claude this. I was like, this makes no sense. Why would I, like, what's the advantage of putting it in one folder? And to be honest, for us, there's no advantage. You might as well have it on the user level so you can use it for all the other folders that you have. Make sense? Okay.
Yeah.
Around one sec, because I need to hear all I got. So let's read what Oleg said. I think you should be able to make it erase token. Oh no, we're already doing this. The Portal app has become so complicated that Claude forgets how certain parts are built. Yeah, or that certain functions already exist and build something in parallel that duplicates. So I have to explain it every time to not do that. I could build skill files exactly. Oh my god, yes, for each part of workflow and reference it with / command. So Claude Code has background. Amazing. Yes. Oleg, do you guys understand what Oleg said here? This is actually a great use case because you constantly have to remind the app what it does. Or like if you want, I have a pro tip for you. What you can do as you do the work, this will I'll explain it maybe in a couple of weeks because I don't still fully understand it. But you can add in the skill file at the end. You can say, look, whenever I tell you the conversation is done, you have to create a .txt file, so a text file that summarizes the work that you've done. Okay, what that does is it's taking, it's kind of like it's similar to how AI when it compacts the conversation, it then just creates a summary so that future conversation in that same chat can have an idea of what's going on. You can do that with Claude Code. You can say, hey, I want you to act as a CTO, right? This is a really big project. Things are moving, things are changing all the time. I want you to update this file where you focus primarily on, I don't know, UX, UI, on a database schema, and so on. This way, you don't have to constantly remind it of all the things that you're changing.
No, it was just when you said you have to move the MCPs into the like one folder, but why cannot Claude just go through all your folders? Because Claude doesn't live just.
Another great question. Yalla, I love this. Why would you want it to do that? Why would you, or rather, sorry, let me ask the question again. Why is what Imran suggesting a really bad idea?
It will eat up tokens as well. Like if it goes on to
I want
search
to
through all
kiss
the
you.
folders.
I want to kiss you, Swagatam. I want to grab you by your beard and kiss you. Yes, exactly. That's why. Why would you want it to go through all the folders? At some point, you're going to have 100 folders. You're making this poor AI work. Why? Because you can't just tell it, this is the path. Tell us. Remember, this is the thing that we have been doing wrong for over a year, is we're too lazy. We're just like, AI, go do this. And then we complain about output not being good. This is why being organized is super important. So if you find it useful, make sure to subscribe, comment, like, do all the things to help push this video out to more people so they can learn as well. And if you want to see more stuff like this, also let me know. I would love to hear your feedback as we are considering opening a community. So I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.